Few friendships in music history are as legendary as that between Paul McCartney and George Harrison, two Beatles whose chemistry helped define a generation. While John Lennon and Paul often took the spotlight, George's quiet brilliance was the heart of the band's soul. But behind the fame, their relationship was filled with highs and lows, love, rivalry, respect, and a silence that lasted for years. Now, Paul McCartney has finally opened up about his bond with George, revealing truths that fans never expected to hear. The early days, from teenage dreamers to global icons, Paul and George met long before Beatlemania took over the world. Both Liverpool boys, they bonded over their shared passion for rock and roll and dreams of making it big. George, the youngest Beatle, quickly impressed Paul with his guitar skills and dedication. Together with John Lennon and Ringo Starr, they changed music forever. But success came at a cost. The pressures of fame, creative clashes, and personal struggles started to fracture the unity that once defined them. During the later Beatles years, tension often ran high. George felt overshadowed by Paul and John's dominance in songwriting. Paul admitted years later that he could be a bit bossy, something that caused George to distance himself. Yet beneath it all, there remained a deep respect and unspoken brotherhood, bitterness, breakups, and healing. When the Beatles finally split in 1970, each member went their own way, but the breakup left emotional scars. George thrived creatively with his solo album All Things Must Pass, while Paul focused on Wings and his solo career. Despite their success apart, there was still pain between them. Paul recently confessed that during those years, communication was awkward, and both men avoided difficult conversations. However, time softened their edges. As years went by, their shared history began to outweigh their past arguments. Paul revealed in an emotional interview that before George's passing in 2001, they reconnected and spent precious time together. "We sat in a garden, talked about our lives, and just laughed," Paul said, describing it as one of the most beautiful moments he's ever had. Paul's heartfelt confession in his recent reflections. Paul spoke with rare vulnerability about the pain of losing George. He called him his baby brother, someone who never stopped being a part of his life even after death. Paul admitted he often still talks to George in spirit, saying, "I'll be driving along and suddenly think, 'Oh, George, what would you say to this?' He's still with me." He also revealed that George gifted him a tree before passing, a gesture Paul treasures deeply. "Every time I look at it, I think of him," Paul said. "It's like he's there, growing along with me." A legacy that lives on. Their friendship wasn't perfect, but it was real, raw, and deeply human. George's gentle nature and spiritual wisdom balanced Paul's ambition and drive. Together, they created music that still touches hearts decades later. As Paul McCartney finally opens up about George Harrison, fans are reminded that even legends carry emotional scars, and that true friendship, no matter the struggles, can endure beyond time itself.